How you doing, city attorney? How you doing, right, city attorney?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Okay, you looking so professional up there. I mean, I was worried. I gonna get a pink slip or something. Since you the acting. Yeah, yeah. And she got dual hats. Yeah.
Impact is having a thoughtful and intelligent individual that is always under control.
Yeah.
Respect for another.
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
I'm sure you just be curious.
You know, every now and then I just ask her just to see if I hear a different answer. I guess it's three, what a four.
I mean, what did you say was they're going to help me in that? Did you like to see another word?
It'd been more, it'd have been more precise. It'd been more spot on. Got three, what a four. I got Washington Street. I got 612 and 1100.
He's got 2 copies of 1100.
Yeah, I'm thinking, what the hell am I in? What is that about?
Missing. He's
Well,
got
there's
this,
something
he's got
I'm
this
missing.
one.
Do you ever listen
It's
to
120.
Play with Words?
He's 120.
Don't worry about it.
That's good one to send in. Tell him again.
How did that begin? What the etymology of that?
Helen and Hannah. I don't know. I Google it, but
First of all, you have to get people to get their heads around the hand.
Yeah, don't Google it on the city computer.
oh,
We're going through cyber,
phone?
we're going through cyber training.
I found mine. That was so easy.
Yeah, we don't want to look through nothing, we don't have to look through.
what's your homework?
Before and while going to law school,
Mhm.
I spent 13 years growing Irish potatoes in Western St. County. And I will tell you, there are idioms out there that I'm still trying to translate.
Hey.
And,
I learned a long time ago, Mr. Brown, that I don't even ask questions no more, 'cause
oh, you need to ask.
especially when it predate me, I don't ask. It's hard, because you would never understand why they came up with those statements, or those fabs, or those, what's for college, I don't know. But my daddy from the backwoods of Tennessee.
So the first words then were mid-17th century and the military was invented until the 18th. So it's not that. Origin unknown.
Unknown, okay, even better. We don't know what it's like. It's like,
2 minutes.
But that
Three.
would have made sense. The heads rolling off into the basket,
oh, there you go.
right? I'm not.
Maybe I think that's what they should have said. But at the risk of being excessively gory, you know, when they decapitate someone in France, but there was a basket.
Yes. Maybe that's what it means.
Well,
Is that
yeah, but
Right,
think
right.
about
that the
it.
origin
We're in a
predates
movie.
the guillotine?
No, no, no.
Ooh.
But you don't think too, as soon as the hip was set, hold it up,
Yeah,
because there's still a little bit of life. in it. So maybe that's what they were talking about. You didn't need to see that image. did you?
yeah.
This has nothing to do with today's proceedings, you may trust me. We will not be translating any of that attitude in anything that may transpire.
Hey, if
We are on.
You may proceed. Okay, It is now 1:30 on January 16th, 2024. We shall commence today's proceedings before the Special Magistrate for Code Enforcement for the City of Palatka, Florida. By way of introduction, my name is Ron Brown. I'm an attorney licensed in the state of Florida. And pursuant to city code and state statute, I've been appointed by the City Commission of the City of Palatka to preside over today's proceedings. Today is not a formal court of law. Unusual as that may sound, nonetheless, proceedings are appealable to a court of law. They are not appealable to the City Commission or any other body at the local level. State law provides for direct appeal to circuit court. Don't even get to go to county court, get to go to circuit court. Doesn't happen very often, if at all, but that is the way it works. Having said that, again, we're not a formal court of law. We're not bound by the formal rules of evidence or the formal rules of civil procedures you may find in the courthouse. We are bound by the basic notions of due process and fair play and require that all the evidence and testimony be what is called substantial and competent. What's going to happen today is that the city is going to be making presentations on 4 cases regarding some allegations that there have been violations of some aspect of city code. Code enforcement, again, is creation of state statute primarily. Legislature deemed this is one way we can address these types of issues. I'm not an attorney for the city. I'm not an attorney for the respondents. I'm someone appointed to come in and hear the case and make a decision whether there's a violation. City would be having the burden of proof to show that there is in fact a violation. They will present some testimony. They'll present some what we call demonstrative evidence. Basically, that means photographs as to showing us what the violation is. The respondents will have ample opportunity to come up and make any statements they wish to make, ask any questions they wish to ask, present any evidence they wish to present. At the conclusion of all that, I'll make a determination as to whether there's a violation. Now, the good news is, in the event I do find that there is a violation, I don't think there's anything before us today where any kind of fine, which is a possibility, starts today. The city is not after money, they're after compliance. What they want to do is get the problem solved. And usually these cases are generated by complaints, generally from neighbors or someone in the general area. Sometimes the city will see a violation, they can run that case on their own, but generally it's by complaints. So somebody's noticed this and somebody's going to notice what the progress is being made on addressing. So having said all that, we're going to make sure that we have as much evidence as we can and make sure we give everybody an ample opportunity to be heard and ample opportunity to try to comply with what needs to be done. Some cases are more difficult than others. My only jurisdiction, the only thing I can do, the only thing I have the authority to do under the law is to hear the case and make a determination as to whether there is a violation. If there is a violation, to establish some type of compliance period and eventually some type of fine. Now, I will tell you that the city has a rule, and that's up to them to make a recommendation, but I'll make the final determination. Doesn't really make a lot of money out of anyone. You know, they're basically looking for $25 a violation, per day. It can go up to 250. The city is not anywhere near that, and I don't anticipate that they will go there. Having said all of that, we'll be making sure everybody has a fair chance. It is our custom that we take the cases in the order in which they appear on the agenda, or in the order in which people who come appear. I understand that we have at least 3 appearances today.
Yes, sir.
All right. And so we'll take the cases in the order in which you arrived, at least as it's been presented to me. And we'll call the case, and then the code enforcement official will make a presentation. Something to be aware of, and something we'll be taking as a note, and I will do this on each of the respondents as you come forward with your case. But all the testimony to be competent and substantial must be sworn testimony. So I'm going to be asking that all of you take an oath to make sure that that statute is satisfied. As to those people from the county who will be testifying, is Ms. Lowe going to be testifying today?
Sure.
Mr. Green, you got it all?
Got it all.
How did you have that happen? I don't know. All right, Mr. Green, Mr. Cartwright, you be something. Let the record show Mr. Green, Mr. Cartwright are going to take the oath on behalf of the city. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give today should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Let the record show both have answered in the affirmative. So we're going to take the first case in order of appearance, and my understanding that is case 2023-163, property located at 120 Mosley Avenue, owner of record Eva Marie Rushton. Is that correct, Mr. Green?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Rushton, are you here?
Yes.
All right, I know it's difficult for you to stand. Is there a way you can get a microphone that she can use without having to stand up there? Yeah, just kind of hold on to it. Dave, could you put it around the other side?
Go there, yeah, go there.
Yeah.
Go the opposite way.
I can try to stand.
No, man, we gonna make it.
Well, it might be a while. Why don't you sit until Mr. Green gets done and then we'll go from there. And then whatever you're comfortable with, we'll let you do, okay? And what's gonna happen, he's gonna make his presentation, there'll be a demonstration on the screens that will show any demonstrative evidence that he may have. For the record, this is a case, and Mr. Green, as I understand it, you have 3 alleged violations, 2 of sections 30-169 of the city code regarding building fronts and sides of letting streets or public areas. The first charge being that of deteriorating paint, and the second charge is that of deteriorating structure. And then a third claim regarding section 30-170 of the code, rear side and walls, again deteriorating walls. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. And Ms. Rushton, you are here. Did you get notice of this hearing by mail?
Yes,
Okay, and that was sent to the 120 Mosley Avenue address?
yes,
That's your correct address.
yes.
I want to make sure that we had that for you. All right, Mr. Green, your choice.
Okay, the first was ordered September 20th, 2023. The notice in was sent December 24th, 2023. Green card was turned by sign. The compact posting was January 6th, 2024, and the site posting was 12/27/2023.
What was that letter?
That's a letter from John Miller from Department of Home Affairs, but we've already discussed that.
Very good, thank you.
Mhm.
What was the first photo?
That was the site posting for the notice of hearing.
So you posted it as well as mailed
Yes, sir.
We didn't see them.
it? And your affidavit of services in the
Yes.
record? Very good. And just for the record, if you post a property, there is a state statute which provides for how you go about posting a property if you can't reach them by mail, or respond by mail. And it includes posting it on the property as well as here at City Hall. He has to file an affidavit indicating the dates of posting in both places, and I believe that's the update there. But can you run the envelope for me here, please? Okay. Did you get this letter, Mr. Fish?
Which letter?
Well, there's a letter that's like was sent to this address that went from Mosley, and that's the bottom part of the card that the postal service would have the recipient sign and send back if it was delivered.
I have a total of 3 letters.
Okay. Very good, very good. All right. Oh, there it is. Okay, it looks like it's signed in. All right, please proceed.
That's just a general picture of the house. That's on Mosley Avenue.
Okay.
This is still on Mosley Avenue.
All right, we'll back up on the front.
Yes, sir.
Did you take all the photographs you're about to show us today?
Yes, sir.
And do these photographs actually represent the condition of the parking data which you took them?
Yes, sir.
All right, what are you trying to show me?
That's just a general picture of the house, and this picture are the violations.
All right, so it's just a general orientation?
Yes, sir.
And this is photo 1A.
Yes, sir. It's taken August 22nd, 2023, and it's showing deteriorating paint.
Which code provision is this looking at?
30-169, deteriorating paint.
Buildings on the fronts and sides?
Yes, sir.
So can this side of the house be seen from
Yes, sir.
Mosley Avenue?
Yes, sir.
And so the paint's deteriorating?
Yes, sir.
That means it's chipping off?
Yes, sir.
What would the city require in order to bring that into compliance?
A pressure wash, how they want to remove the paint and replace it with a fresh coat of paint.
All right. Pressure washing be enough
Yes, sir. No further paint.
for the entire side of the house?
Have a pressure wash paint, can't have exposed wood.
Okay. Next.
And this picture was taken on January 11th, 2024, is one we saying.
Is this the same elevation?
Yes, sir.
And the same code provision?
Yes, sir.
All right.
This is the other side of the house. This is on Oak Street, and you can see the same on the other
So
side.
this is the left side as you face the front of the house?
It's
Is this the theme from Mosley?
No, so this is on Oak Street, but you can see it, if you coming down Mosley going north, you can see this, but it's really on Oak Street.
Hang on a second, this is 30-170?
169, 30-169, so deteriorating paint.
169 is abutting public streets inside. Can you see this from Mosley?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
If you're going north on Mosley, you can see it.
And again, what's the violation here and what is the city compliance request?
Pressure wash and paint, fresh coat of paint, and then you have also the deteriorating structure, the chimney is falling apart at the bottom, if you can see it.
Any bricks missing?
Yes, sir. And they can do, they repair or replace the chimney, how they want to do it.
What else?
And this is 2B, this is taken, January 11, 2024, same elevation.
This is the same elevation as the previous
Yeah.
photo?
Yes, sir. And this is 3A, this is taken August 22nd, 2023, you have a deteriorating wall by the trash can.
And this is the front elevation seen from Mosley?
No, so this is the back, this is coming from Oak Street.
Can you see it from Oak Street?
Yes, if you're going down Oak, going east, you can see it.
Okay.
And this is the better picture of it, right? The trash can was moved, then so I could see everything, then so I seen the deteriorating paint, deteriorating walls, and also the white leaking wood.
So help me here and help the respondent articulate exactly what we're looking at. Deteriorating paint
Yes, sir.
and deteriorating walls, specifically, what are you requesting?
The wall is buckling out, so, I guess you can get a contractor or someone to either, repair the wall. And then you have deteriorating paint where they just, pressure wash and paint,
I get the part, what's the repair going to entail?
pushing the wall in.
Is that enough?
We can get a contractor, they can do it. I'm not a, no,
So city said it's okay if they just straighten that wall and secure it, is that what you're saying, with the existing wood?
yes, sir.
All right. Does any wood need to be replaced?
If it's rotten, we can to a point where it can't be replaced, yes, so they need to replace it.
All right,
And this is the rotten wood, they can,
where is that?
that's the back of the house, that's the side of where the wall is
Was
built.
that in the previous picture?
Yes,
Show me.
right there.
That's what I was asking about earlier, was just,
Uh,
is there something that might need to be replaced or something that's wrong?
Yeah.
All right,
And that was taken August 22nd, 2020.
this is the back elevation on
Yes.
Oak Street.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And this is 4B, which was taken 1/11/2024. Same picture.
Same as the previous photo.
Yes. And this is just a closer picture of the interior and structure, and you can see this from Oak Street. If you're going east or west, you can see it.
Okay, what else?
That's it, so.
There was a reference. The agenda had a reference to 3171 and 170. And then the original violations in the booklet had a reference to 2169.
Oh, that was
Then
the
170.
171 ones, we took that off because they had plastic over the ones and we couldn't tell the ones were broken out, so.
Just let me know.
Yes. It's supposed to been off.
Yeah.
So basically what the city is, the city is claiming two violations, both of section 30-169 of the code, which deals with building fronts and sides of letting streets and public areas due to deteriorating paint. And in that one instance on the Oak Street elevation, it's some rotten wood,
Yes, sir.
and on the left side elevation, the deteriorating chimney structure.
Yes, sir.
And the city is requesting that the house on those sides be pressure washed,
Yes, sir.
repainted,
Yes, sir.
that the chimney be repaired,
Yes, sir.
and that any deteriorating wood on the Oak Street elevation be repaired.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
No, sir.
What kind of time frame are you asking?
On 120 days.
And you're asking for $25 a day per violation?
Yes, sir.
There are really two.
It's 3.
There's three.
It's
All right.
3.
Again, I got two 3169s and one 3170.
Yes, 2. I'm sorry. I got deteriorating paint, deteriorating structure. I'm right, we can do it.
So how many violations are we claiming?
3.
How many?
3.
Three?
Yes, sir.
All right, make sure I'm on the same page. But I got two documents here, and I have what's up there.
Okay.
And I presume she got notice on all of them.
Yes, sir.
Right, so go back and show me each of the three you're talking.
Okay, that's, the deteriorating paint
That's the one.
and the deteriorating structure.
That the chimney
Yes, sir.
is two.
Yes,
And
and
the
the
third
last,
one is,
the last one, the rotten, we can move.
okay. Three separate, you're gonna do three separate violations.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay, Ms. Rushton, where the city is that they'd like you to paint your house and fix some rotten wood on the back and fix that chimney. And it looks like you have been making some efforts to try to get some funding to do this, is that correct?
Yes,
Why don't you give her the mic? Unless she's gonna need to speak in the microphone to make sure we have a record.
I'll stand up.
If whatever you're comfortable with, I want to make sure you're comfortable.
Kind of heavy.
It won't read what
It says. Take your time.
Hey, babe, can we move the podium?
microphone.
Yeah.
Mr. Green, just for the record, is the city wanting to have all this work completed within 120 days?
Yes, sir.
Registration?
Do I need to press this to talk?
It's on already, man.
Yeah, you're good. And you're, if for some reason we're not picking her up, please let me know. Go ahead, please.
I just wanted to speak about the efforts I've already made and what's coming up next. And I have a folder that I brought for you, it should be there for you. Or Mr. Green has it.
And just so you know, the only thing I can do, like I said, is determine whether or not a violation exists, whatever it may be. But go ahead, I'm looking at the folder now.
The first one is a letter from Mr. Melfi of Habitat of Humanity.
That's
And
item number one in the folder.
yes,
Okay.
I've been,
That was included in the record section.
No, sir. We just got it today. We don't want it, so that first one.
There was a photo, is
The
there a
first,
photo?
the first one we got, yes,
Okay.
the anything else I didn't have.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
go ahead.
are you saying you received that letter today?
No, sir, no, ma'am, the other stuff that's in the folder.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
This was dated 12/21. That's the only one you've gotten from Mr. Melfi?
Yes, it basically states that I've been accepted for assistance, but they don't have any money right now.
Okay.
And then
Did he give you any idea when there might be available funds?
any day now. They've been waiting on that for months.
Looking at item number 2 is Habitat for Humanity application.
Yeah, that took a chunk of time because the person who gave me the application didn't realize it was for Butler County, Ohio. So I just included it to show the effort. Mr. Melfi says that we don't use an application here. He just qualifies people over the phone.
Number 3 seems to be a letter from the Center for Independent Living of North Central Florida.
They helped me with my application to the SHIP program, and they're keeping track of its status. Right now, I've been accepted for assistance, but they're also out of funds and expecting new money any day now.
Item number 4 is the SHIP application,
That's the SHIP application, shows I,
and that application has been made.
yes. Been made and approved.
Um,
It includes.
When was that application made?
On the last page might be the dated signature in November, I believe.
November 7th.
Yes, it was my birthday.
Looks like November 7th.
Yep,
Okay.
yes, sir.
How long does it take them to process one of these?
They've already processed it and approved it. Now we're just waiting on funding. First, the process is I had to have it turn in just the application. Then they called me and asked for all the supporting documents that have to go in. income and other things like that.
And then you have item 5, contract for repairs.
On Friday, I signed a contract for repairs with Mr. Leon. I spoke with several contractors over the last couple of months. They would either not call me back or they would show up and then not give me a quote. So I have business cards from them and things like that, and they're in my phone where I've tried to call them and follow up. I also looked into selling my house because my funds are limited. So I looked into selling it and getting an apartment, but there are no apartments available for 1 bedroom. And it would have been a real sacrifice to have to sell it to a quick sale company at only 42,000 instead of what it's worth.
Let me ask you before I go on. And Mr. Green made the presentation concerning what the city believes the violations are. Do you have any questions about that aspect of this hearing?
No, I don't. Mr. Leong is gonna address all of those items in the violation notice I received. And he says the job will take 3 weeks. He's going to start this coming Monday.
Okay. Do you think this can be done in the next 4 months?
I would hope so.
Okay.
I'm funding it out of my own money. But if he finds other problems once he opens up the walls, I don't know what I will do then.
Well, I have to say this, many times people come before a special magistrate and they really haven't done much, and usually it's because of various reasons that, and sometimes they can control them, sometimes they can't. It's still unfortunately a requirement of property ownership that you maintain the property.
Right.
And the city, like I said, really doesn't want anybody's money, they're really looking for compliance. And it looks like you've made a genuine effort to try to gain some compliance. I don't know if Mr. Cutler or Mr. Green have any disagreement with that statement based on the testimony. Do you gentlemen believe this can be accomplished in the next 120 days?
Yes.
All right. The city, like I said, doesn't bring these things in front of me until they're trying to establish a certain level of motivation on the part of the property owner. You seem to be well motivated, and I understand you're trying to do your best to try to marshal your resources to see if you can address this. So it's a good start. My only authority is to determine whether or not there's a violation and to establish a compliance period. I think there's been a determination of a violation, the 3 violations cited, all of them dealing with section 30-169 of the city code, regarding the paint, regarding the rotten wood, regarding the chimney needs to be addressed. You're well on your way to addressing those things. The city's asked for, and I think it's reasonable to grant 120 days to see if you can get this into compliance. There's no fine or anything that's going to accrue in that 120-day period. Okay, it's after that, it may start to accrue, and that's where I'm going to say, I'm going to find there's a violation of those 3 areas and establish a 120-day compliance period. The fine is $25 a day per day for each of the violations. Hopefully you will never need to worry about that. If this gets solved by that period of time, you won't have anything you'll ever have to pay with it, okay? The important thing is making sure you stay in touch with Mr. Green and keep him up to speed on everything that's happening so that he knows what's going on. As long as you're making a good faith effort, my observation has been the city's pretty cooperative with people and seeing about getting something done. I know this is your home. No one wants to lose their home. No one wants to see their home under threat. But there's also, unfortunately, the city's got some duties with regard to its codes and making sure that people comply with them. And so we're trying to find a way to balance all of that, given all of this. And I think what we're doing is pretty reasonable. You're going to get an order in the mail concerning all of this. But Mr. Green, you know how to get in touch with her pretty easily?
Yes, sir.
All right, and you two stay in touch with each other about progress on this. You got a contract that's signed, you've got applications in for the funding. You're well on your way, it looks like. For any reason there is a problem, you need to make sure Mr. Green knows about it as soon as possible. So he can help you and see if there's some way they can address that. They've got some flexibility at this point. Okay?
Okay.
Have any questions, Mr. Cartwright?
Just to add to that, you said that the construction person or your contractor might open up the walls and see more damage. if you require a permit on any work that he see done, we will give you to the permit expiration date. So that can extend it a little bit more time to get things in compliance.
Thank you.
And again, they just want a good faith effort for progress to see, you look like you're doing that. I know this is very difficult for you, very emotional. Anytime you have someone, with their home at stake, it's always a problem. If it's any consolation to you, if you look around, the room full of people who are here today, dealing with hearings, and we have one of these pretty much every month. And if it's any help at all, I did 12 of these this morning at the county, so it's not like you're the only one in the entire county who's having this type of day today. Others go through this in other jurisdictions. Any questions you have?
No, I just remembered one item that I also went to the deacons at my church because we have a benevolence fund. And we're not in a position to actually do any of the work, but they were standing by to assist as needed. And
Well,
so,
we don't need that, but if you do, it sounds like you have some good friends who might be able to assist you.
okay,
Mr.
All right.
Gordon, I have one thing. Ms. Rushton, is this your homestead property?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, just so you know, the city will never foreclose upon any sort of homesteaded property. Just want you to know that.
Thank you.
It's illegal. You're in good stead. Florida has some of the best homestead laws in the world. They really do. All right, anything else?
No, sir.
All right, we're going to conclude that hearing. You're free to leave.
Thank you.
Okay, the next case on our agenda is case number 2023-166. The name of the property owner appears to be the heirs of Miriam McCoy. Is that right, Mr. Graham?
Yes, sir.
And property located at 612 North 15th Street.
Yes, sir.
Do we have anyone here who is an heir? There we do. Please come forward. Could you identify yourselves for the record, please?
Janet McCoy Thomas.
Move that mic a little closer to me. There you go.
Janet McCoy
And
Thomas,
you, how are you related to Mary?
daughter.
Doctor, thank you. And you, sir?
Sam Thomas.
And are you related to Mr. Floyd?
Wife.
Are you both going to testify today? Will you both be making statements?
Mainly,
All right, could you both raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give today to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Does the record show that both have indicated in the affirmative? You've heard the preliminary commentary concerning what's going to happen today. Just so I'm clear on the property ownership, this property is still in the name of Mary McCoy, and you are the heirs. There's been no probate establishing transfer of ownership of the property.
no,
You anticipate doing that anytime soon?
no,
Okay. It's always an issue to try to resolve those types of things. I just wanted you to know that the law still allows us to proceed under those circumstances. I wanted you to know the situation. Again, be brief, let me make the presentation. The city is alleging, and correct me if I'm wrong, 3 violations?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all of section 30-169. The first one being building fronts inside the Blake Street public area that deteriorating paint. 30-32A, prohibiting conditions and public nuisances, roofing and disrepair. And 30-169, building fronts inside the budding streets of public areas, rotten and weakened wood, which brings the street in question, North 15th Street.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me do a little bit of due diligence. Did you get the certified letter notifying you to hearing and the violation?
yes,
Okay. So the address they have for you, which is, let me just relook at the address.
it's 209 Gas Pipeline Road.
Okay. Well, there's one. Shows 209 Gas Pipeline Road. Okay, that's the correct address.
That's about it, yes.
All right. All right, very good, you're here. Thank you for being here. All right, Mr. Green, you may proceed.
Okay, first observed on September 26, 2023. The notice hearing was sent December 2023. The green card came by signed. Compact posting was 1/6/2024, and site posting was 12/2023.
All right, and you have demonstrations of each of the three violations?
Yes, sir.
Did you take the photographs you're about to show us?
Yes, sir.
And do the photographs accurately represent the condition of property data that you took it?
Yes, sir.
All right, please proceed. You know, you're very good when you do that, but go ahead.
Next picture.
All right, wait, back up. What are you showing me?
That's
This
a
is
general
a
picture.
photograph.
Just a general picture of the home.
All right, this is from 15th Street,
Yes, sir.
okay? North 15th Street.
Yes, sir. This picture 1/8, September 26, 2023, is showing the deteriorating paint and rotten weakened wood.
All right, so the deterioration is what in specific?
The white is, I guess, the paint peeling and coming off, so it's the paint deteriorating. And the bottom under the third one, you have the rotten weakened wood, all is deteriorating.
All right, so where's the rotten wood?
The third one,
I'm sorry?
when you go back to under the third window,
Okay,
you're right.
so what's the solution the city would request for that violation?
Remove and repair. Remove and repair. And also, this pressure wash after they fix the rotten weakened wood and put a fresh coat of paint.
So just so clear, the rotten wood on the bottom?
Yes, sir. It's a better picture than this, sir. Yeah, with you every day. Move the
Is
next
the
picture.
chimney all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're just talking about the side, the elevation of the house, the wood elevation of the house, not the windows,
No, sir.
just the wood.
Yes, sir.
All right,
And that's another picture that was taken January 10, 2024.
okay, next.
That's,
Okay.
yes, right there.
Can that be partially repaired? That is, without taking all the wood off?
Yes, sir.
No,
Not opposed.
I'm not the take side, no.
It looks like most of the damage comes up to the bottom of the window sills.
Yes, sir.
What kind of shape are the sills then?
The what?
The window sills themselves, are they okay?
Yes, sir. It's painted.
So remove and replace the rotten wood in this photo 2A,
Yes, sir.
below the window sills.
Yes, sir.
And then the rest of the wood on the house needs to be pressure
Pressure wash
washed.
and paint, fresh coat of paint, yes, sir.
Okay,
It's another picture.
same elevation,
Yes, sir.
the same, and the problem with the rotten wood is still below the window sills, all
Yes.
three?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is a photo of the, taken 9/26/2023 of the roofing disrepair. And they probably could remove that or look like maybe nail it back down,
And this is 30-32A,
yes,
10. And what's the city looking for repair there?
remove and replace and repair the, roofing that's in disrepair.
Well, is rust in this repair?
No, sir, just the roofing where it's peeled back.
Just for peel back,
Yes.
can you use that same? 10?
If you go back correctly, yes, sir.
It
No,
needs
it's
to
gonna
cure the
back.
roof.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
And this picture was taken January 10, 2024. 3B, this is also from North 15th Street.
all right.
This is the other side of the house. This is the right side of the house where they have a little bit of roofing that's kicked up.
It needs to be secured where it's raised up there,
Yes, and nailed back down.
and we're looking at number
4A.
4A.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next,
It's another picture of the same roof that's kicked back. This is just taken January 10, 2024.
I can't quite make out the top left portion of the roof, is there a
It's
problem?
kicked up right there. yes, sir.
You're talking about the sheeting,
Yes, sir.
the metal sheeting,
Yes, sir.
and that needs to be
Nailed back
repaired.
down or replaced.
And same thing in the bottom left,
Yes, sir. And then right at the bottom, so right at the top of the, slow down a little bit, Aaron. Right there above the window sill, have a little bit of rock and we can put it right on top of the window sill.
on the top of the gable,
Window sill.
above the doorway.
Yes, sir. That's the window.
So up there, just above the doorway,
Yes, sir.
and that needs to be replaced and repaired.
Yes, sir.
What elevation is that?
That's on North 15th Street also.
All right, next.
That is it, sir.
That it?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
All right, so what I'm looking at is on the front, see the side, the right elevation,
yes, sir.
as you look at the house in the front,
If you look like
The right side
one to the
elevation.
left side.
and the left side elevation needs to have deteriorated paint,
Yes, sir.
fresh washed and repainted.
Yes, sir.
As to those areas where there's rotten wood, which looks like under the windowsills on the right side of the house
Yes, sir.
and above the windowsill on the left side of the house,
Yes.
there's to be some replacement. And then again, to have it repainted.
Yes, sir.
Then on the roof, provided that material can be successfully secured, they just
Yes.
need to nail it back down.
Yes, sir.
You don't need to put new tin on it, new metal on it.
No, sir. Unless
From what
you
you
get
see.
into, unless you get into it and that wood up at the top is rotten. Yes, sir.
Does any of this require permit?
No,
Not right now. We don't think
You
so.
don't need kind of special
No.
permit. What kind of time are you asking?
120 days.
And how much of a fine?
75.
$25 per day per violation. Okay. Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. The city wants you to repaint the house and repair some rotten wood and nail down the loose panels on the roof. Your turn. Is this doable? First of all, you have any problem with what they're saying in terms of the
No.
accuracy of what they're saying?
No. No problem.
I mean, this house is otherwise structurally sound, is it not?
I could take care of that, it's no problem.
You know, is there, the city, asking for 120 days to address the violations? Is that a problem?
No.
Think you can make that? Be with confidence, tell me, you can do that, right?
Yeah.
Because, as I mentioned earlier, the city is not interested in anybody's money. Is somebody living in this house now?
No.
No? You anticipate it. I'll leave you to sort out the legalities of trying to get the ownership straightened out of the estate. That's always fun. Trust me when I tell you, it's not the only house in this county or any other county that suffers through, the errors of and trying to sort that out. It is problematic. Having said that, you're going to be investing money into this house in order to keep the code enforcement in line. The city is asking for 120 days. That would be up through Wednesday, May 15th to get this done. And if you're comfortable doing that, I'm comfortable allowing you that much time.
Okay.
But what you don't want to do is to have something go beyond that time. But then you could find yourself with a fine. And like I said, the city doesn't want the money. As the city attorney's indicated, the city's not going to be foreclosing any liens on this house if it's homestead. It may not be homestead right now because the owner has passed away. But you need to be aware that the lien could come down the road at some point in time, if it's not actually homestead property. But at this point, we're not there, and then we're looking at just getting this done. So if you're satisfied, you can get that done in the next 120 days, and you're clear on what it is. That is, you got some replace repair on some wood under those windows and on the one side and above wood on the other. You've got some fresh washing and repainting, and you need to nail down that roof. Is that clear with everyone?
Yes.
Right,
Mr. Brown,
in order, finding those 3 violations, giving you 120 days, that's through the end of the day on May 15th, 2024, to resolve this situation. If you have any delays or problems, please stay in touch with Mr. Green. Do not come up here on May 15th and then looking for help. You need to keep him up to speed on what's going on, because they want to see a good faith effort to try to comply with this.
Okay.
Okay?
Wait, Mr. Cutler.
yes, what I want to just add, Mr. Brown, was the same thing I gave the young lady before. If you, as you doing your renovation to this or fixing up and you find that you need a permit, let us know that, because then that would extend some time to you, because we give you the permit expiration date. But let us know if you go into there and you see it need to be a little bit more extensive than you think it is. All right.
One other thing, Mr. McCoy, if the property is vacant, you do need to register it as a vacant property, with code enforcement. Doesn't cost anything. The city just wants to keep tabs on what properties are vacant within the city. So you can get with code enforcement for that one. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank
You'll
you.
be getting a letter to me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, excuse me, we need to see her.
She
For,
can email
for,
it to
for the
you.
form,
I can
please
email it.
email to you. We'll make sure you get the man.
Have you got that information?
It's J.M. Thomas.
I got you. Okay, Thomas,
54
Thomas,
at att.net.
ATT.net. Yes, we would give it to you, and it'll probably come from Mr. Green.
Okay,
It's just a form, just to let us know the property's in its back.
okay,
Won't cost anything, and I had already put it on the seat, but we need a legal form.
okay. All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. Evening, two chiefs.
You know what?
No point three, don't get five.
They're not here?
Okay.
No, that's.
Right.
I can have my heart.
Ready?
Yes.
Right. Case 2023-216, owner of record of Palaca Housing Authority, I've been waiting to this is about, location being 1 Washington Street in Palaca. Why, pray tell, is the housing authority in front of the special magistrate?
Because we're special. Brown.
Hang on. So, as I understand it, we have, so first of all, Palaca Housing Authority is, and state your name for the record, even though I know who you are.
I'm Dr. Anthony E. Woods. I'm the president and CEO of the Palaca Housing Authority / Palaca Housing Development Corporation.
Got you.
I am serving currently as the administrator for the Suffolk Hughes Trust of Anthony E. Woods, which is myself as persona.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, and as an Aboriginal and indigenous sovereign inhabitant of this land, that is my clarity.
Okay, so the Palaca Housing Authority is the owner of record, basically.
Yes.
All right, that's all I need to know. Thank you for that information. The city, as I understand, I think, first of all, obviously you're here, you got notice. The address of record was correct, and
Yes.
and the certified mail was signed and returned, is that correct?
Yes,
And you've had some contact with, Dr. Woods? prior?
yes, I got a letter today saying that he received the, notice of hearing and he will be, look forward to seeing us today.
Right. Mr. Green looks like he's presenting a monopoly of charges. 30-169, looking like paint deteriorating and mold and mildew.
Yes,
And this is on structure visible from a right of way,
yes,
the right of way being Washington Street.
yes,
30-169, also for rotten and weakened wood on the
Yes.
same structure, is that correct?
yes,
30-169, decorative elements in disrepair.
yes,
30-171, broken, cracked, or missing windows.
yes,
30-176, exterior property areas, actually in disrepair specifically, let's say there's a hole in the west wall, is that correct?
yes, and then still shade.
And then, 30-32A, prohibited conditions and nuisances, roofing and disrepair.
Yes,
All right, does that summarize it?
yes, sir.
All right, and you have some demonstrative evidence showing each of the violations?
Yes, sir.
Did you take the photographs you're about to show us?
Yes, sir.
Do the photographs accurately represent the condition of the park and the data which you took?
Yes, sir.
All right, you proceed. We have the respondent here, we have evidence, we're ready to go. You may begin.
No, I was waiting for you to read the notices sent.
Oh, we already got it. We got it.
Okay, you read them.
Did you post the property also?
Yes, that's it right there. Picture of it.
Is that an abundance of caution?
Yes,
Okay. So you posted it and you got the
Yes.
letter back, screen
Yes.
card, okay.
this is picture one, they taken at 11/27/2023 and showing the roofing disrepair and also the mold and mildew. This is the front building, facing Washington Street.
What building is this?
That's the one Washington,
Okay. Did it used to have another use?
yes,
What was it?
Central Academy.
Historical Central Academy.
It looked like it to me, but I'm not the one giving evidence today. I just want to make sure we have the record.
Yeah, but in deferred maintenance there, sir.
All right, so hang on, go back to one,
Yes, sir.
roofing in disrepair, is there any roofing left on this building?
No, sir.
Okay. And mold and mildew, we talk about external
Yes, sir.
mold and mildew,
Yes, sir. The molding mildew outside on the walls.
and not to belabor the point, so the roof being gone is the same as roofing in disrepair?
Yes.
So it's against the code not to have a roof on the structure?
We have a roof.
So if you're like building a new house and you just hadn't gotten the roof on it yet and you've had some time, would that be a violation?
Yes.
Okay. No, is it basically the mold and mildew on the side? Right?
Yes, sir.
As you say, all right, what next?
Yes, sir.
That might be argumentative.
This is, picture 1B, taken January 10, 2024, saying, we can disrepair and mold and mildew. This picture is taken on Washington Street.
All right. Pose one D,
Yes, sir.
next.
This is North 13th Street, the side of the building, the right side of the building.
This is seen from Washington Street.
You know, you can see it from Washington Street if you're going east, but you see this from North 13th Street.
But it's on the public right.
Yes, sir. The road right there, that's North 13th Street.
So the violation there is just mold and mildew?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And this is another picture, same elevation, same road, was taken January 10, 2024.
Okay.
This is,
Look at three A now.
this is the side, taking 11/20/2023. This is the spot, you can see it from North 12th Street, but you also see it from Washington Street if you're, heading west.
Okay. They're still looking at mold and mildew on all the sides visible from
Yes,
the
sir.
public right
Yes,
of way.
sir.
And one missing roof.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
Yes, sir. This is the video taken January 10, 2024. Same elevation, you can see it from North 12th Street, or you can see it from Washington Street if you're heading west.
Okay.
This is a picture of some of the roof, and this is from the rear of the building. You can see this from North 13th Street if you're heading north. This was taken 11/27/2023. It also has roofing disrepair and mold and mildew.
Okay. What else?
And this picture was taken January 10, 2024. This is 4B. Also, you can see this if you're heading north on North 13th Street. It's the rear of the building.
We're still talking about the roofing and disrepair is there is no roof.
Yes.
And mold and mildew.
Yes, I'm trying to fix it up a little.
Okay.
And this is some of the roofing that's left. You can see this from Washington Street, and that's the roofing that disrepair and mold and mildew. You see more and mildew more. And this was taken on November 27, 2023. And this is 5B, a closer picture of the ceiling roof that's in disrepair. This was taken January 10, 2024. And this is the picture of the mold and mildew that's taken November 27, 2023. You see the deteriorating planks, some paint deteriorating, and you have the mold and mildew. And rotting weakened wood, those are the plywood that's over the windows, they're rotting and weakened. And now since the roof of the windows are, the plywood is rotting and weakened, you can see the broken windows.
So we're looking at the paint mildew issues, the rotten and weakened wood on the windowsills.
No, they covered the windows up, but the plywood they had covered the windows up, they are not
So the
rotting.
window cover
Yes,
is what you're talking about.
no, so the rotten weakened wood, yes, the cover the window, the plywood, like you. Plywood.
That's specifically the
Yes,
violation.
that's the rotten weakened wood, yes, sir.
So defined.
Yes, sir.
Even though it's not part of the actual structure.
It's still.
What about that? This
So-
raises the point with you.
It's still rotten and weakened wood. I can still see the rotten and weakened wood still about.
Every part of the structure visible from public right of way should be made structurally sound.
Yes, sir.
hold on to that thought. Rotten or weakened portions shall be removed, repaired, or replaced in a manner compatible with the rest of the structure and match the original materials. All exposed wood should be standing clean, every part should be cleaned for feeding.
Yes, sir.
So how does that apply to a violation? with a-
They apply wood to the building, so now it's a part of the building. And
So you
Now,
find
rotten-
that, is that a decorative element?
Uh,
I mean,
It-
obviously you want to see, it would
It's
be
secure.
okay to replace the plywood. and windows.
replace the plywood, secure the building, so they have no access, people can access the building through anything other than, at this time, climbing and getting through the roof. So the plywood that they put there to secure the building is coming off now, so they need to repair the plywood they put there to secure the windows.
So take that point. So go back to rotten and weakened wood. The only thing we really talk about is these window coverings. Correct?
Yes,
What about decorative elements?
that's coming down the line.
The window coverings are a decorative element?
No, sir, that's not decorative, no, sir.
What's the decorative element? You want to get to that? Okay,
Yes,
show me.
that's the hole in the wall that is to your property.
Go back, please.
Up.
To 6B.
Yes, sir.
That's another picture of the same elevation, this is taken January 10th, 2024.
Okay.
You see a hole in the wall, I see a
Oh,
hole
this
in
is
the
in
that I
the-
ran into my building and still have an insurance claim I have. But go ahead.
So that's just a hole in the courses of concrete block around this building? Is that?
That's the studio property, that's a shed of, they added a car running into it, and they have a hole in the wall.
I got that part, but is that concrete block?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is a hole in the concrete block
Yes, sir.
courses in the building.
Yes,
Gotcha.
sir.
Okay.
And that was taken 11/27/2023.
Okay, what next?
And this picture from 7B was taken January 10th, 2024. You see the, damaged wall a little bit. And that's the decorative element, the flagpole being kicked to the side,
What's the decorative element?
the flagpole.
The flagpole?
Listen,
What say can you see?
Is that part of the structure?
No, sir. It's on the property, so the decorative element, so it's still in disrepair.
Okay. So at the end of anything else?
This next picture showing another, that's a better shot of it, with the flagpole kicked to the side and bent.
All right, anything else?
That's it.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
The purpose of the code, as I read it, is just to make sure that the building is structurally sound. Does it need a roof?
need to be, that would be part of securing the building.
Does it have to make it structurally sound?
You just gotta make sure the building's secure until you have a permit to demo it or repair and replace it. So at this time, either you secure the building with some type of coverage on top of the roof, so it cannot have access control to it. And apply for any kind of permits you need to change the structure, so.
So what would secure the building on the roof?
Right now, that's, answer that, right now, I can't give you certain,
Well, how's it gonna comply?
but I'm giving him, the compliant to this situation right here is securing all the access controls outside of the building. Clean up any debris or anything into that situation that has to, around the building. Secure our windows and everything we can, and the roof itself,
Is it enough that you have, is that fence got security fence on
it's
it?
secure.
That you have a security fence around?
It's secure for most, but there is some areas in that fence that's not also secure. So he would have to make sure he go around and make sure every access point to that fence is secure.
No,
So
sir.
that was, my point was, if the fence is completely secure
Mhm.
and no one can get past the fence,
Yeah.
why do you need to go, why do you need to work on the building?
North 13 doesn't have a fence. You probably go back to the area, so North 13th Street doesn't have a fence, it's just a wall.
Now, I'm trying to see what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
You know, if the concern is there something that structurally compromises the building that needs to be addressed?
Mhm.
So number one, what I'm hearing from you is really the fact it doesn't have a roof per se, doesn't necessarily compromise it. You're concerned about access.
Access, that mean, damages construction, pressure washing and getting the building, cosmetic, access, the windows, being the plywood they put to secure the windows is gone now. They need to replace it with the plywood, or they need to fix the windows. And I would think it would probably be best to replace the plywood until you make a decision on determination of what you'll do to the building.
I'm not sure what this, and again, when we come up, somebody brings the case up here. And they say there's a violation, they need a way to solve it.
Mhm.
And the city say, you gotta comply within a certain time frame. The city then has a duty to tell me and the replicant how you comply.
Replace the plywood.
Now, I'm talking about the roof.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that.
Replace the roof.
I mean, what's acceptable to the city?
A new roof. Or,
That's the only solution?
or demo the building.
Where is the difference in line between reasonable and unreasonable? Before, is it my turn to?
Hang on a minute, I'm trying to sort it out. I want to get all the issues out here, make sure, and then you'll get plenty of time. We got,
Thank you very
believe me,
much.
I got the whole rest of the day.
I don't, but I know you.
These staff members don't want to hear that, but we do. So what I'm hearing is basically we have a cosmetic issue with the mold and mildew of the paint. We have a security issue with the window coverings that allow access into the building. It's a cosmetic issue, but it's primarily a security issue as the city looks at. Correct? All right. We have some rotten weakened wood, which appears to be the window coverings.
Yes, sir.
So that's back to the security issue. Decorative elements appear to be a flagpole.
Yes, sir.
And the broken windows are ameliorated if you put something else in the window, like some fresh wood.
Yes, sir.
So basically, the city solution to everything with the roof is remove or somehow fix the flagpole, provide improved coverings for the windows,
Yes, sir.
pressure wash at least. You want to paint it, even though it's in its condition it's in.
Just
Pressure washing probably remove any paint that is there.
Okay, well, whatever. And then the roof situation is still out
the
there.
roof
And in terms of providing some kind of security that you can't get in the building. The city's asking for what, 120 days?
Yes, sir.
120 days to acquire a permit, to figure out what they're gonna do to the building, and then they have the expiration date of the permit to come in compliance.
What would need a permit?
We know definitely the roof, or the roof structure would definitely need a permit.
So everything else doesn't need a permit.
The
This is
pressure
what
washer,
revolve around the roof.
yes.
And the city's position is basically you need a new roof or demolish the building.
I'm not gonna use that type of word, but yes.
Well,
Yes, I said yes.
Listen, I'm just a special magistrate.
Yes.
But you got a duty to tell him what compliance
Mhm.
is.
So
And so what
yes.
I'm hearing from you today is it's either demolish the building or put a new roof on.
Yes,
And you need to get the permit process started within 120.
yes.
Anything else, guys? Up to you.
First and foremost, did Mr. Green have an opportunity to fully read the letter that I remitted on January 10th?
Yes, sir. One of the things, but I got it today, and I was sending it to my boss today.
Okay, did you and or your boss read the letter in its entirety? If not, I'll be happy to do so now.
Yes, I read the letter in time.
Okay, it states that the PHA included reference property in its RFQ 2023-005 for the co-developer, whereby received a total of 3 responses to the same. The deadline for such request for proposals was Wednesday, January 3rd at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Hence, PHA is in the process of selecting a co-developer to assist in addressing its own managed properties, modernization, construction, and new construction needs. That, I'm pleased to say, that particular property is included in that RFQ, and I can assure you without any hesitation, it will take far longer than 120 days. And I can also assure you, you can find me daily, you will not be paid points for more than one reason, not the least of which. First and foremost, the housing authority, nor its not-for-profit, nor any of its interested parties within this property need any motivation. We have self-motivation. The difference in this property and every other property within the housing authority's inventory is the lack of a budget. Hence, the reason for our going out for an RFQ to partner with an entity that will be able to provide the necessary resources to bring this property up. It may not come back in its current faction, but it will come back. And we are adamant about its coming back because for far too long, like or similar structures within our community have been riddled away. And you laughed and snickered earlier when I said a hint of deferred maintenance. That was not said for a joking matter. That was said because whoever was in ownership and whoever had budgeting for this property that predates the housing authority's ownership had the fiduciary responsibility to ensure that this did not exist. Unfortunately, about 6 years ago, I inherited this. And as such, I'm taking the responsibility for it. And as such, I am working with not only the Historical Society to help bring it back because they're doing what they can. They don't have a pocket or a gold, pot of gold to be able to contribute, nor do the housing authority. But we do have an opportunity to go out and seek resources, and that's what we are in the process of doing. Now, what I'm asking, as the president and CEO of the housing authority and this not-for-profit who is responsible for this property, is for the city to weigh in on its assistance. And I can go even beyond this and say those people that came up here before me, it may be a better use of code enforcement's time, of the city's time, of the magistrate's time, to utilize the resources that the city just received to help homeowners bring their properties up instead of finding ways to tax them more. You said that the city is not in it for money-making business. I beg to differ. The city has a Duns and Bradstreet number of 966-306-482. You don't have a Duns and Bradstreet's number if you're not in the process and business of making money. And I know that you have codes. Codes are just that, codes and statutes. They are not laws. So this woman should not be sitting here worried about finding a one-bedroom apartment because she feels threatened and having to move and sell her home. That is totally ridiculous. When the city is sitting on $2 million to help people bring their houses up, we're gonna go tell this lady to bend in a wall that may or may not need support. It wouldn't be bucked out if it didn't need support. That's why it's separated. Obviously, the wood it was attached to is already deteriorated. And this other family with it, I understand. But at the end of the day, our property is in disrepair. That is nothing we just learning. That is nothing you were telling us. That is nothing we didn't know. Before I even came, I came with the grandiose idea of the housing authority going ahead, building its 62 outstanding fair cloth housing units, utilizing whatever co-developer fee the housing authority could get from that and invest right here. That has not happened yet, but thank God I got 3 different entities right now knocking on the door. So after I interview these 3, prayerfully I can come up with one, and then we can get this done. It will not be in 120 days.
Any response from the city?
Oh, the letter you sent that I read today, it spelled it out pretty clear. And 120 days, and also when I said the extension of the permits, it gives you time. As you bring more documentation and more conversation of what you're trying to do and show us clearly that you're moving a step forwardly, we will work with you.
I fully intend to do that, and I fully intend to not only do that, I will fully intend to have the city engaged throughout the whole process.
As I read.
Because this is a partnership, whether we are acknowledged by the city or not, we are partners.
Yes, and every conversation I've had with anybody I've talked to about this situation, we are aware that the city is totally aware that it won't take 120 days to bring this property right here in total compliance. But this situation here is letting us know your steps to bring it into compliance.
Well,
And keep
I'll
us
step
abreast of
forward
what's
by
going
him, and I'll be happy. to
Yeah,
let
oh,
you
your
know,
steps, thank
okay?
you, I appreciate that.
All right, but at the end of the day, I just want you to know that we have every intent on being good neighbors. I came in here in August of 2018, saying that every property that the PHA owns and manages will be good neighbors. And with the exception of this property, and we've had to go and make some corrections in some areas, but with the exception of this property, and that is only and solely due to the lack of funding. We received this property, and whatever funding we received dissipated because there is nothing in the budget that I can say, Dr. Woods, go, and this is what we're gonna do. I don't have that. I'm trying to provide support for that. And like I said, right now, we're in a good point to do it. Bad timing because of the economy, sure. Investors are not overflowing as they were back in 2018. But thanks be to God, we do have some that are willing to invest. And those will be the ones that we're going to engage with. And we will keep the city involved throughout the process. On every level.
All right. All that being said, and thank you all for some impassioned commentary. One of the joys and disadvantages of this particular position is that I'm not a court of law, and the only jurisdiction I have is a little tiny sliver of a window established by chapter 162 of the Florida statutes. And it says my jurisdiction is to determine whether or not there's a violation of a city code. I do not have the jurisdiction to fashion any kind of solution to any of this. Now, I can go along with or not, a time frame for what needs to be done. I don't know if there's a dispute as to whether there's a code violation. I don't think there is. I think the code violations are there in terms of the roof is missing. The code seems to be focused on structural issues, in terms of whether the roof is there, but it's gone. And it does allow entry into the building. So there's some issues about the roof that need to be addressed in some way. And you need to secure the building from outside access for safety reasons. And there's just some cosmetic issues. I have this vision that we're gonna have this newly repainted structure with a roof on it for a while, but nonetheless, that's, always neither here nor there. But those are issues that need to be addressed.
I think you agree with me. I think you agree with the flag.
This is the way this works.
The flag.
This is the way this works.
Really,
Right now, I'm in charge.
the flag.
And the city, as I understand it, is saying we would like to see some progress in terms of acquiring permits necessary to do the work. How long do the permits last? What's the time frame?
Most permits last about 6 months, so you have
Can they be
100,
extended?
they can be extended too. You have 120 days to get the permit, then you have the 6 months of the permit, and depending on the structure of the scope of work, it can be extended.
So all the city's saying is their solution they would like for this is not to put a new roof on it, but to get the permit for it. The other work is relatively cosmetic in terms of what's going on. I'm not, again, I don't get to adjudicate where the money comes from.
Why would I get a permit for something that I know that I'm not gonna do?
Well, and now you're opening up the door to a question of whether,
I mean, seriously, that's how it goes advertising.
what would you suggest the city do?
You type and know what they've done. In fact, this is probably a little bit longer than Brother
The
Green.
only thing I can do is determine whether there's a violation.
You can, because I can.
And I can sit there and say, you've got 120 days to get a permit to make some repairs.
Okay,
That's all I can do.
if that's the short of it, let's do it.
I mean, that's it. And what happens after that is up to the city and y'all in terms of how you deal with it. But like I said, I only have this very narrow range of things that I can deal with, which is a benefit to me. I don't have to get into some of this, in terms of what's going on, because it seems like this is, how do I say, more than tepid, in terms of the heat of the discourse.
It's sensitive.
You've had this conversation before, haven't you? Don't answer that. That being said, I think there are violations. And they're not saying fix anything. I'm gonna give you 120 days to get the permits necessary to make the repairs to the roof, to the windows, to the cosmetic part of it. Whatever you guys want to do with the flagpole, taking it down is up to y'all. If that's an issue with you. The city wants to, prosecute it anywhere beyond that, that's up to them. I don't get a say in that. In terms of what the violation is. They want to try to fine you, that's up to them.
Do the
How they may try to do that. And I hope you appreciate, and I understand that the dynamic of this is quite intense, and I understand this building has, no small amount of importance to the community.
Absolutely.
How should I phrase that?
No, not just the
It's
community.
extremely important to the community.
Right.
It's apparently in better shape than it was in at one time, in a sense of a lot
Because
of,
the grass is cut.
yeah, a lot of work's been done. So Mr. Cutright, am I on the same page with the city at this point?
Yes.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna find a violation of the ordinances cited, specifically, 130-169 regarding the deteriorating paint mold and mildew. 30-169, rod and weakened wood, which is the wood covering the
The windows.
window entrances to the building. The decorative elements of this repair 30-169, which is the single rusted flagpole. The broken windows is still the same thing as the rod and weakened wood. It's a violation, but it's the same remedy to cover the windows. And that hole in the wall, that does strike me as being a structural issue that probably needs to be replaced sooner or later, but if it's not, correct me if I'm wrong, is that some likelihood that could further damage the structural integrity?
It should, yes.
That's something, I'm sorry,
What section is it?
that would be 30-176. Exterior property areas of structures regulated by should be free of all nuisances and hazards, safety of the occupants and customers. That, show that photograph.
To the whole wall,
I'm sorry, the whole wall.
yes.
That wall structure is structural.
Show the last picture. Next one,
That
next
thing,
one,
I don't
right
know what the likelihood, I can almost see the course on the, above the opening is
Mhm.
starting to separate.
there. Keep zooming in.
I don't know I don't know what the future of that wall is, but that's something that should be repaired sooner than later, regardless. Then the question is the roof. And we'll grant the city's request.
Can I have a point of clarification, please?
I'm sorry?
Point of clarification? Point of clarification, please?
Sure.
Where was there a breach in the fence for security purposes? And if indeed the fencing serves as an outer barrier for security, why then would the wood covering of the windows, missing windows, be needed?
You raise the point, why if you have an absolutely good security fence around the building, why is security an issue?
What, it's a picture that shows that
Yes, sir.
the fence does not go all the way around the total of the building.
Well, he repairs the fence and makes it totally secure.
The building is secure to that point of the fence being secure. The windows exposed will become broken windows. That if you don't put the plywood on the windows, then you will have broken windows, which still can be seen from the street. So then it becomes a broken window issue. So if you put the plywood on the windows, that secures that.
All right, we're gonna find those violations. We've got 120 days to apply for permits. Now, I'm not gonna say there's any work that needs to be done at all before the 120 days. Get the permit situation in hand. The city at that point is up to your discretion as to how you want to proceed with this beyond that. All right?
Mhm.
It comes back to me, the only thing it comes back to is what liens. And I'm not sure, I'll let you and the city attorney sort out liening the property, the housing authority property, with regard to that. And I understand, Dr. Wiz doesn't seem to be enamored with paying any fines anyway. So that's something that you all have to sort out in terms of what's going on. Guys, leave it with this. This is all part of a much larger process, I think, in terms of what's happening in the community and what's happening with this particular stuff. I am, you may not know this, and I remember repeating some of you, I'm a native here. I was born in Mary Lawson Brown's grandmother's hospital down on 9th Street. I talked to her at lunch today, and about she's trying to have a memorial put up with that hospital down there. I went to Palatka High. The original Palatka High is that brick building right there they tore down in 1961 of that photo on the wall. And so I have a little bit of association with what some of this means, you know. I stayed in a remarkable state of being sort of pissed that they tore down that building, because that's a really nice building, and I wish they had kept it, but I wish they had kept this building in better shape. That's another issue. It's not the one that we have here today. So I get it. I understand that this is really hot. It's a lot of emotion that goes on with this. It goes back generations in the community as to what these buildings mean to people. And it's a very difficult thing. The city, I think, is trying to fashion a solution to try to get something done. I know that the housing authority has now somehow found itself in the ownership position of this property. That's another story altogether that one day Anthony will be glad to tell us about. But nonetheless, that's what we're dealing with. So where we are right now is this is out here. There's an effort being made to try to see if we can get something done with the building, and hopefully this would be some kind of motivation in that direction. please stay in touch with each other. It's not my choice, it's not my call. Try to work together and see if you can somehow try to address it. You know, trying to find money with something like this is extremely difficult. And it's more difficult in the community that's trying to pull itself up even more. So you guys are doing a great job of what you're doing. I know the city's doing a great job of what you're doing. Hope you understand, I can only do what I can do. You know? Okay? Thank you. Thank everybody for being here.
One more.
We have one more. Do we have anyone further?
No.
Watching enough, so I don't think one.
They're all leaving.
I'll be back.
You sure? Don't miss the fun. Do we have a responding present?
No.
Oh. One final case, we're gonna call case 2023-167. Owner of record Lewis Palatka Bulk Plant LLC, property located at 1100 Washington Street. There are three allegations. One, a 30-169, building fronts inside the Lady Public Street with deteriorating paint. 30-32A, prohibiting conditions and public nuisances, roofing and disrepair. And 30-169, building fronts inside the budding streets or public areas, rotten, weakened wood. Those the same three?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there anyone here from Lewis Palatka Bulk Plant LLC or anyone representing Lewis Palatka Bulk Plant LLC? Seeing and hearing no one and doing a little due diligence, it looks like the green card was returned and signed by someone with an absolutely indecipherable runic hieroglyph.
Yes.
Do you know who signed that?
I think it's Mr. Kenneth.
Mr. Who?
Kenneth.
Do you know him?
I met with him at the property before, and just, doing what he needed to do, and,
So you have been in touch with the owner's representative?
yes, sir.
When was that? But he did get the certified letter at the 621 Southeast Depot Avenue, Gainesville, Florida, 32601 address.
I spoke with him 11/27/2023, and also spoke with him again in December.
Right, you talked before, or after you gave notice,
I talked to him before that.
and after,
Yes, sir.
and you also posted the property for the state statute.
Yes, sir.
So you signed a green card, someone signed a green card at the address of the owner in Gainesville, and you put notice the property.
Yes, sir.
And you've had a conversation with the representative of the owner both before and after the
Yes, sir.
notice.
But as a matter of fact, he did a lot of work to those things. They painted the
What
paint,
was your conversation about?
the deteriorating paint, the mold and mildew.
Well, what did he say he was going to do, if anything?
This is gonna do
He was going to do
it.
it?
Yes,
Did he say when?
he's working on it now.
Okay, why is he in front of me? If
We
he's doing it now,
have to,
Because he's in front of you now because of some fact, until the compliance date he had before the hearing was to have it done by this time. We have had several people or several contractors that's say they're gonna get it
He
done.
would do it, but he hasn't
He
done
hasn't done it yet, so we're gonna continue to move
it.
forward. Yes, move forward, and if he come to compliance before the compliance date, we'll definitely just move it out of the system.
So you've been in touch with him, he's gotten due notice, he's had an opportunity to appear, you had conversations with him regarding the issues. Has he indicated any resistance or
no, sir.
disagreement?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll proceed, show me what you have. And the photographs you're about to show me, are the photographs that you took personally?
Yes, sir.
And do the photographs accurately represent the condition of property and data which you took them?
Yes, sir.
All right, please proceed.
This picture was one they taken, September 27, 2023, the paint material on this building. This is the right side of the property on Washington and 11th Street, North 11th Street, the corner.
Is this the view from Washington Street?
Yes, sir.
Is this like a warehouse or?
Yes, sir. You know I guess
This is not residential though?
No, sir.
It's commercial?
yes, sir.
So what needs to be done
It needs to be pressure washed and painted with a fresh coat of paint.
Right.
This is, 2B, this is another picture, just taken January 10th, 2024, same building, same elevation.
the same elevation
Yes,
with no improvement?
No, sir.
Okay.
Just another picture of it, just taking that.
Again, the same elevation?
Yes, sir.
In American 2A. Is that corrugated metal?
Mhm.
Is it corrugated?
It's metal, tin,
And pressure washing gonna be enough?
yes, sir. Should be.
Right.
It's another picture of this to be taken down until 2024. To be the paint interior. This building is on the left side of the property. This is the rear. You can see this on
Is
north.
this still from Washington Street?
No, so this is from, you can see this on North 12th Street heading,
Is that a corner, to the corner property then?
yes, sir.
12 from Washington?
Yes, sir. It's covered the whole property, the whole, block. This is this is the left side of the property. This is, from North 12th Street, you see this heading on south. This is another picture. This is taken there until 2024. This is, the roof that's in disrepair, another roof we peeled back. Has cracks in the middle, so like any part of it, I've removed that and replaced it with another piece of metal.
So the roofing is the metal roof,
Yes, sir.
the underlayment to that roof that's looking at it there. What's the city's position on that?
You're not gonna remove it.
I'm sorry?
Remove and repair,
Okay,
replace.
at least what you see there,
Yes, sir.
right?
This is another picture of this taken January 10th, 2024, 4B.
Does that require a permit?
No. Not that small portion. As they pull that back, if it's further out there, it might require a permit.
And this is the rotten weeping wood.
What is that in?
It like used to be.
Is that the foundation?
Yes, it like to be a porch.
I'm sorry?
At least it seemed to be a porch or a walkway.
Okay.
That was made out of wood and now it's rotten and it's weakened.
Which elevation is this from Washington?
Washington Street. Yes,
Washington Street elevation, the walkway, rod wood needs to be repaired.
Yes, sir. Nothing better.
Same elevation,
Yes.
same walkway.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
That's it.
So basically, you've got one section of roof, which needs to have the structural foundation for the roof as well as the surface of the roof repaired, which is not required from it, correct?
Yes, sir.
You have the pressure washing and painting of the, at least the section visible from Washington and 12th Street.
Yes, sir.
And you have the, what was the last one?
The rotten weeping wood.
Yeah. On the walkway line.
Yes, sir.
Which time are you requesting?
On 120 days.
And $25 a day per fine,
Yes, sir.
per violation?
Yes, sir.
None of it requires a permit.
No, it's not at this time.
Last call for anyone who's representing Lewis Falaka Bulk Plant LLC. Is this plant still in operation?
Yes, sir.
It is?
It was like a storage spot. That's where they store their stuff, where they take it over to the corner off of 19th Street.
All right, based on the evidence and testimony presented, we're gonna find a violation of 30-169 of the city community code regarding building fronts and sides of letting streets of public areas due to deteriorating paint. Solution being to have the those sections of the building that are visible from Washington and 12th Street.
North 12.
I'm sorry,
North 12. North 12.
North 12th, got it. To be pressure washed and painted. The violation of 30-32A, prohibiting conditions of public nuisances due to the one section of the roof also visible from the public right of way. That section of the roof needs to be repaired. That is the supporting wood under the roof as well as the roof need to be repaired and replaced. And 30-169, building fronts and sides of public streets or public areas due to rot and weakened wood, specifically the walkway wood facing the public right of ways. We'll find a violation in order. We're saying the fine will be assessed at a rate of $25 per day per violation. Provided in circumstances property is not brought into compliance within 120 days of today's date. That compliance date being Wednesday, May 15th, 2020. Anything else?
No, sir.
Before, there being no